CM Punk is a name that everyone is talking about following his AEW departure. However, could he go back to WWE? Well, Drew McIntyre was asked this question, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what he had to say, because Drew McIntyre has been a top guy for WWE for many, many years. They rely on him to do media. They rely on him to headline shows. Drew McIntyre is certainly a guy that you would want to hear from, right? So while he was over in India for a recent WWE Superstar Spectacle event, he spoke with Sportskeeda, where he was asked about the potential return of CM Punk to WWE, a company that he's not worked for since 2014 when he was released. He hasn't been seen in a WWE ring or on WWE television or programming since the Royal Rumble of that year, where he was chokeslammed through an announce table by Kane. Now, obviously, Punk, he's been in the headlines because of his backstage antics, but in addition to his release by AEW in early September, after having a physical altercation with Jack Perry at All In. And while, yes, there's been no word yet on whether or not WWE is interested in having him back, Punk was reportedly open and interested in the idea of returning to WWE in December of 2022, with the idea of him working the Royal Rumble, supposedly being a surprise entrant in the men's Royal Rumble match, and then working the main event of night one of WrestleMania 39, supposedly against someone like a Kevin Owens. And so fast forward, Drew McIntyre was asked about a potential CM Punk return, because just like in AEW, there's been a lot of support for Punk, and then there's a lot of detractors for Punk, right? It just kind of depends on your individual situation. So McIntyre said, I don't make those decisions in regards to a potential WWE return. McIntyre continued by saying, I watch what I say in interviews, but he, a la CM Punk, certainly controversial, and he gets people talking, and I'll leave it at that. A smart answer by a smart man, because he could have gone a Seth Rollins route, if you recall. I believe it was in, it was either January 2022 or January 2023, where he was asked about CM Punk, and Rollins in character was like, he is a cancer, stay far, far, far away from here, Phil. And he called him cancer and all this other stuff. It was nuts, but it was actually quite entertaining. So Drew McIntyre took a very better approach to this situation and really this topic. But like, I don't know, Punk returning to WWE is not just a Punk call. Like, Triple H has have to sign off on this. Vince has to sign off on this. Some people have argued that Nick Khan has to sign off on this. I don't think so, because Nick Khan's a businessman. He's a numbers guy, and he knows that Punk would draw very big for them. So I don't think he would be a deterrent. But like, when Punk randomly returned and showed up at that Raw event in Chicago in early 2023, he was not there very long, and he was asked to leave because Vince McMahon didn't want him there. So it's a weird scenario. It really is.